I basically lived in a boating area. This whole island is guest quarters, restaurants, and a marina, basically. And it's been very interesting to watch the whole process over this winter of how they take the boats out, wrap them up, protect them, store them, and then notice how the whole area just kind of quiets down and deadens for the whole winter. It's very fascinating, and the weather being right on the water was fascinating. Everything was multiplied. If it was windy, it was very windy. If it snowed, it's really snowed. And you're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just a wonderful experience. Such a highlight in my life living on a little island, and I highly recommend it if you ever could get a chance to at least stay in an area for an extended time where the weather is so prominent and maybe you're very alone. You don't really have much to do but to pay attention to the world outside you. It's fascinating. After you leave the island over there, you get to this next section where it kind of brings us to the bridge, where we'll be in a minute, and you'll find a boat launching yard here. It's pretty interesting because there's a lot of activity day and night. I go for walks daily, or I try to. It always seems like there's something happening. It's really fascinating this whole winter to even just walk by and have the birds or whatever happens around here. But in the spring and in the fall, there's a lot of boat activity. It's very interesting. Now this part here, this is where it starts to get really beautiful for me. The other area is nice. That's kind of more my home, my backyard. But when I get here to this fisherman's wharf with lobster traps and fishing things happening here with cleaning and so on, I find it to be very relaxing and peaceful, very open. It's up on both sides here, and it's incredibly relaxing. I love walking in this area. Now at this point, we're at the Wiggly Bridge, named because it's wiggly by a bunch of kids over the years. And it's kind of my day-to-day go-to point, turnaround point. It's not too far. I can do it on an extremely cold day, or if I'm just not feeling in the mood to go for a walk. This is as far as I go. Then on the other days I want to go for an extended walk, I'll hit up the fisherman's walk, which extends on the other side of the bridge for a little while. As you can see, on this fisherman's walk, there's abundance of docks. There's a number of them. Some are really old and some are pretty new and private. It's interesting to just kind of cruise up and down a few of them. and just take a look at them because they're all so interesting. And that's the weird thing about living by the water. Everything is just interesting. There's some weathering, there's some design by function choices that otherwise just wouldn't have been done in a perfect scenario. But the way the nautical landscape is formed, everything seems to be different all the time due to shorelines, tides, whatever it is. And it's just always a little bit different. So at this point, we arrive at the turnaround spot for me, which is the ocean, which is just such a beautiful place to just stop, pivot, sit, relax, figure out the rest of the thoughts if you had any more, you know, and if you're with company, you can just sit here and admire. On particular today, it's very windy and wavy, so it's really just a really beautiful little spot to, you know, collect yourself. And I hope you found this video enjoyable, or maybe a little relaxing, or who knows, if you want to see more things like this from me, let me know in the comments. And yeah, until next time, cheers.